Well, I'm sure most of you are prepping right now for your 4th of July celebrations. Hold on, because T.O. has an idea for you.
That's right, but don't stress out about doing this today. This idea can be created for any holiday, anytime. Check it out. First of all, here's what you're going to need. You're going to need some styrofoam, which I got all of these supplies at the dollar store. Don't you love that? Yes, I love it too. All right, so I went ahead and I glued these two pieces together. They came two pieces for $1. I got some little bling for 4th of July, I decided, and some red, white, and blue flowers. You're gonna need some fishing line, and these I'm using as weights. They're just like heavy washers, and you're gonna need a container to put your candle in, or a candle. I found that this was a little heavy though, and I'll explain in just a moment. And then some tea lights if you're going to use a different container. So here's how this works. First of all, you want to take something, I'm just going to use the end of this flower stem right here, and you're going to poke a hole in the styrofoam. You're going to poke another hole in the styrofoam. So you're going to create 2 holes, okay? And then you're going to take some of this fishing line. This is a heavy, heavy fishing line, and you're going to run it through the styrofoam so that it comes out the end, and you're gonna tie a knot there, okay? And make it come through the other end, you're gonna tie a knot. Then you need to measure, this is tied to your styrofoam, then you need to measure the depth of your pool. Say your pool, if you have a play pool, I have a play pool, so it's only like 5 feet is the deepest part. So I'm gonna do about 5 feet of fishing line, and on the end of this fishing line, I'm going to secure 2 of the washers, okay? Because this is going to help keep my floating candle from floating away, or from everything floating, you know, to one side of the pool. So once you do that, you get all your weights secured, then you want to add your flowers. And I figured for this size, I needed 3 flowers of each color. So 3 reds, 3 whites, and 3 blues. And then I used a glue gun to secure the flowers in. And all I did to kind of gauge where everything goes is I started with the blue, and I made a little diamond shape with the blue, just like that. And then I went in and filled in with the white. And you want to glue these on because they won't stay if you don't. So you're going to have to glue them on. And you do the white, just like that. And then you go back in, and then you fill in the red in between, just like this. Go all the way around. And then you decorate it just like that. Then you decorate it with this wire bling, which is what I started to do here. Okay, so you just kind of cut pieces, and then you just stick them in the styrofoam on the side. So when you're finished, you end up with something that looks just like this. And what I have here is my weight is on the bottom, my string is right here, and I just toss this in the pool, and then I let my floating candle float away. Now, the thought occurred to me while I was making all of these that, well, it's 4th of July and it's hot, people are gonna be swimming in their pool. Duh. So I thought I'd make a wedding one. So here's what, and this is a big, huge square, and I just used the centerpiece as a grapevine wreath, and then I set an ivy bowl on top of it. Same thing, I have fishing line and anchors to anchor it. Let's take a look at what the 4th of July floating candles look like. This is actually in my backyard at home, and Tori came over to the house, and we just loaded them all over the pool just to see what they would look like, and they look absolutely gorgeous. Can you imagine as the sun goes down how beautiful it would be? And the anchors help keep them in place. And the wedding video, or the wedding centerpiece, looked just as pretty. You can just imagine having about 6 or 7 of these floating all over the pool at a wedding, because nobody's supposed to be in the pool at a wedding, but we all know how that usually ends up.
I'm looking at that now and going, that just looks like a mess. But it really is cute.
It was cute. And we had a live audience that day.
Yeah.
And when you crapped, everyone's just, you know, listening to every word. That was funny.
Yeah, the silence was
Beautiful.
golden. And by the way, I do have the supply list and the instructions on the website, sonoranliving.com.